Okay, good morning and welcome to Yoga Flow. First and foremost, I ask that you always check with your physician at the start of any exercise program before you begin to make sure it is something that is suitable for you. Today is a beginner's approach to a Yoga Flow class. Some may be doing a little bit different. They've been instructed to follow along with a position that's more suitable for them. So there may be somebody behind me that you may wish to follow. I will break down and give you some beginner and alternative positions as we move through today's Yoga Flow. All right, let's get started. Hop on your mat. Taking this moment to separate your feet at least hip bone distance apart. Invite your awareness to the very bottoms of your feet, sending your toes to face in the same direction as your nose. Feel free to look down and see the position of your toes. See that their toes are not out too far, but that your toes are aligned in the same direction as your nose. Now begin to observe where you allow your weight to settle underneath the feet, checking in with the balls of your feet as well as your heels. Invite the toes to have their natural spacing. And begin your mental travels up over the tops of the feet and into the ankles. The Achilles tendons, and now the lower legs. Continuing into the knees and the backs of knees, invite your knees to unlock in this moment. And continue upward into the quad muscles, and toward the back into your hamstring muscles. And now the inner parts, your inner hip muscles, and the outer parts known as your outer hip muscles. And now back inward to the hip joints, taking a moment to notice the pelvis and hip bones. Traveling back to your tailbone, sacrum, and glute muscles. Feel free to close your eyes as you connect with these parts of your body. And now travel into your lower back, abdomen, rib cage, mid-back, upper back, and now the chest. Take a moment now to walk through the joints of the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, palms and backs of hands, the fingers and thumbs. Mentally travel now into the collarbones, the sternum, the heart. Take a moment to notice the rhythm of your heart. And now move into the lungs, taking a moment to observe the natural flow of your breathing as you breathe in through the nose, naturally, and breathe out through the nose, naturally. Continue now to travel into the throat, the neck, the chin, the jaw, and now the ears. Eyes, nose, mouth, and forehead. Crown of head, entire body. Taking this moment in stillness, observing, noticing, connecting, feeling. And slowly coming back, let's now begin the exercise of the breath this morning, awakening the energy around the heart center. As we invite breath into the lungs using the arms, we're going to sweep them out and a slight reach back. You're going to feel an expansion across your chest wall as we bring those arms up overhead and exhale, lower those arms back down by your side. And let's repeat that, flowing with the pace of your own breath. Inhaling, big breath up. Exhaling that breath back down. Good. One more. Inhale, big breath. And exhale. All right, invite awareness back to the shoulders. Take a breath and shrug both shoulders up toward the ears. Exhale, release them. Good. Two more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. All right, let's continue on now. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Let's take a breath and lift the shoulders up towards your ears. Roll them forward and release. Big range of motion. Again, squeeze, lift, roll forward and release. Good. Last one. Squeeze, lift, roll forward and release. Let's try that in reverse. Sweep forward, up, squeeze those shoulder blades all the way down in the back. Again, sweep forward, up, and squeeze on the way down in the back. Let's take one more. Take your time. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it down. All right, good. Take your awareness now to the neck. Take a moment to send your ears away from the tops of your shoulders by lengthening your neck, reaching up toward the sky through the crown of your head. Feel that length through your neck a moment. And now as you exhale, go ahead and tilt the right ear toward your right shoulder, and I want you to release your left arm to reach down by your side, sending that left hand to reach a little bit toward the mat. Reaching down, notice how that deepens your stretch down the left half of your neck. Breathe. Good. Take a breath, lift, and relax the left shoulder. All right, let's take the ears away from the shoulders one more time. Take a breath, lengthen the neck. On the exhale, tilt the left ear toward left shoulder. And go ahead and release that right hand to reach down by your side. Notice how the reach deepens your stretch here as well. Breathe naturally. Good, let's take a breath to release. Exhale. All right, place the right hand on top of your left shoulder. We're going to turn the head away from that hand, looking over your right shoulder. And I want you to expose your left palm, encouraging your left shoulder to remain at neutral. Take a moment to notice how far you are able to send your chin in this direction by measuring it as to where it's located over your right shoulder. And see if over time you've gained some range of motion while using this stretch. All right, let's release, coming back to center. Releasing right hand, take the left over the right. Check in with your chin's position and go ahead and turn that head to the left. Again, taking a moment to measure how far you're able to send your chin in this direction. And again, feel free to open that right palm, keeping the right shoulder in a neutral position. Breathe. Good, and let's come back to center, relaxing. Focusing now on the back of the neck, we're going to gently and effectively stretch the back of the neck. Since we're standing, we're only going to send the chin toward your throat. That's it. No need to reach for your chest, that's too much. Just send the chin toward the throat. Notice what's happening to your shoulders here. Are they curling forward in effort to take the chin further? If that is you, allow them to remain at neutral and breathe naturally. And let's take a breath, opening your palms, sending the chin toward the sky gently. Breathing, feeling that stretch at the front of the neck. Good, and using an exhale, let's come back to center, releasing, relaxing. Beautiful. All right, now it's time to awaken the intercostal muscles around the rib cage and thoracic spine. Go ahead and walk your feet out so they're about shoulder width distance apart. And we're going to sweep those fingertips up overhead and tent the fingertips. All right, we're going to start with a forward, gentle shift of our weight and around towards your right, making a circular motion with the upper half of our body. From the hips down, the body stays stable. And the slower we do this, the more time we give the brain to process this movement, which is why yoga is deliberately done slowly. Processing movement. When you've completed those 3 rotations, come back to the top center and let's prepare to reverse. When you're ready, tip top, shift forward and around toward your left. Nice and easy. Exploring your range of motion mindfully. It's important not to do too much too soon, especially if you're new with this. Give yourself time, give your body time to make adjustments as your body and its muscles begin to change. Notice your breathing here in this slow rotation, slowing it down. When you've completed your 3rd rotation, back it upright, exhale, release the arms down by your side. All right, go ahead and walk those feet back in hip bone distance apart. Let's continue that circling down below. Some more joint movement, circular motion, limbering and loosening through those hip joints. Nice and easy. When you've completed 3, come back to top center, reverse your movement. Notice your breathing. It's important to connect with your breath. Anytime your breathing has become labored, that's a hint, a clue to slow it down. Connect with your body. When you've completed the 3rd rotation, come back to center. And let's take a walk down into our quad muscles this morning. All right, with our feet positioned hip bone distance apart, I want you to bend the knees. Take your fingertips right in front of your kneecaps for a moment. And I want you to take your eyes and look down between your ankles, between your knees. Where are your knees positioned? If they are buckling inward, I want you to make a conscious effort and a physical effort to separate those knees, keeping them aligned over your ankles. All right, now we're gonna peel those toes away from your mat, encouraging your weight to sit down in your heels. Now take your awareness to the tailbone, and we're gonna just dip a little bit lower here, only if you can, and raise those arms out over the earth in a parallel position. Breathing as we take it back to the navel, down through the tailbone, down into the heels. If you find that this position is too taxing on your shoulders and upper back, feel free to try this one, bringing the palms together at your chest, here in Namaste or prayer pose. Breathe. Invite your chest to open here. Opening, good. Sending those shoulders down the back, good, beautiful. All right, moving on to phase 2. For those that are ready, relax your toes, shifting your weight into the balls of the feet. We're gonna lift the heels. Utkatasana, up, chair. Don't be afraid to lower your heels if you're not quite there today. Breathing into your knees, quads, muscles of the feet. Good. Another alternative for those that want a little more, lead with your thumbs, send those arms to a line beside your ears. All right, find the arm and hand position that best serves your needs this morning. Take your time. Focus on your breathing. All right, final phase, candlestick. If you're ready, we're gonna lift all the way up, heels up. Don't be afraid to drop your heels if you're not there yet. Holding it here. Breathe. And here we go. Release. Taking it down slowly. Good job. All right. Give the ankles a little roll. Reverse. Roll the other side. Reverse. Good job. All right, back to center. All right, let's take it out to our standing version of the cat-cow. Walk your feet out, a little bit wider than shoulder width. And then I want you to position your heels in an inward position, toes out. So toes should be positioned at about 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock as we prepare for a warrior-like squat, bending the knees. All right, so as we prepare for the cat curl or cat tuck, I want you to first start by tending the navel to pull back toward your spine. Tuck the chin toward your chest. You're going to feel a nice rounded position. Now take your hands and rotate them inward. So we're now operating from an internal rotation of the shoulders. Should feel a nice deep stretch through that upper back, mid-back area. And as we think about coming out of this pose, we're going to start by releasing your tailbone. Lift it toward the sky. Release the abdomen. Change your hand position. Now we're opening, external rotation of the shoulders, chest and chin reaching toward the sky. Now you're also getting a nice stretch here in your inner hip muscles as well. You can take your thumbs and give a little bit more if you wish to, or not. All right, let's go back to that cat curl. Shoulders reversing. Tuck, squeeze. Now let's flow with the breath. Inhale, cow, lifting, opening, hand position. Exhale, rounding under. Be sure to change that shoulder position. It's so important toward the opening of the chest here at the top in your cow position. Here we go. Inhale, cow, chin and chest, lifting, eyes lifting. Exhale, back to your cat. Squeeze, pull it in. Inhale, lifting, cow. Opening, exhale, cat, squeeze, tuck, round, pull the navel in. 3 more, inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. 2 more, inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding, good job. This is our last set here, inhale, lifting. And exhale, rounding. From here, we tuck and roll our way to the top. Slowly lifting, keep the chin tucked. Stack each vertebra one by one as we approach the top. Roll your shoulders backward. Good job. Beautiful. All right, let's come back to our warrior goddess squat. Send those arms to reach for the sky. Take a moment to reach way, way up. Reach, reach. Feel that stretch in your shoulders. Now, as we bend the knees, relax your shoulders. Good. Feel that the distance between your feet works for you. You may wish to take the feet in. If it's too much, you may want more distance. Take a moment to check in with your joints. Let's take another breath and activate the upper half of our body by bending the elbows and pulling down with purpose. Beautiful. Now begin to activate those hand muscles. Visualize holding a large grapefruit in the palm of your hand, squeezing, squeezing. Good. Now send your awareness back to the toes. Curl your toes away from your mat. Breathe into the muscles of your feet. Good. Release the toes. Let's try lifting the right heel. Release, left heel. Good. Right, left, right. Good job. And left. 4 more. Breathe. 3 more. 2. Last set. Good job. All right, now try lifting both heels. Here we go. Hold it for as long as you can. If you find that you're sinking too deep into the hip sockets, come out of it. Awareness with your own body and where you are today. Our bodies change every day. Take a moment to become aware of that. Here we go, dropping the heels. Now, here's our up and down movement of the upper half. Breathe into those quads. Inhale up. Small movement. 4 more. 3, come back when you're ready. 2, last one. Let's take it all the way up. Reach as high as you can. Feel that stretch, reach. We're gonna send those feet at perpendicular and move right into our wide-legged fold. Feet move at perpendicular. Send the arms and hands to reach out as you hinge forward from the hips. Walk those hands down the sides of your legs toward the sides of your feet. And take a moment to explore your flexibility here in this wide-legged fold. You may wish to plant your hands at the mat and explore by bringing more distance between your feet. Totally up to you with where you are this morning. You may wish to try seeing how far away you are, being able to drop those elbows to the mat. You may be able to reach up underneath you and behind you. Or continuing to hold here at the sides of your legs if you're just beginning your journey. It is a journey, ever-changing journey. All right, bringing those fingertips back to the mat here. See if you can bring your chest to parallel over the earth with your fingertips at the mat. You may need to bend your knees if you don't have the flexibility for that yet. All right, we're gonna start our hitchhiker by sending the left heel to pivot and face forward as we walk the hands to the left. Keep the right foot in position. You're gonna feel that stretch at your inner right hip at the rear. All right, here we go, changing direction, pivot, left heel, walk the hands towards your right as we pivot the right heel. That left leg remains in position. All right, there are several other classes that do this another way that's not as safe for your knees. This one is safe for those that are protecting your knee and joint health. Go ahead and shift. One more time to the left. We're gonna hold this one a little bit longer, good. Good job. And last time to the right. Holding this one a little longer here. Breathe into those inner hip muscles. All right, we're gonna shift back. Here's our runner's lunge. Left foot leads. On your mark, get set. Check your alignment. Go ahead and take the eyes and look up underneath yourself at the toes of your back foot. Where is it in relationship to your right hip? Is it aligned? Is it too far in, too far out? Make sure it's aligned directly behind the hip. All right, here's our deep lunge. We're gonna go ahead and take that right knee down gently and release the toes, walking the hands to your left knee, lifting your upper body. Good job. All right, so we have a one-handed version lift and a two-handed. Let's start with the right hand, keeping your left hand supported on your left leg. Raise your right arm toward the sky. Sending that right arm beside your right ear, breathing, breathing. Go ahead and try lifting both arms if that's where you wish to be this morning. Don't be afraid to come back and send that left hand back to the left quad for support if you're not there this morning. Good. And let's move into the last phase, the crescent lunge, the gentle reach back. Opening through the heart center, breathing, don't hold your breath here. And let's give our breath to come back to upright, sending the arms and hands back to the mat beside your left foot. Now we're gonna try that on the other side, changing direction. Here we go. Curl the toes under, lift the right knee. All right, you have an option of using your hitchhiker, which Mariana is already transitioning, or the upward spiral, up and over. Hitchhiker or the upward swipe. Very good. All right, on your mark, get set. Check your alignment. Look up underneath yourself at the toes of your back foot. And when you're ready, go ahead and drop that left knee gently, nice and easy. Be nice to your knees. Walking the hands to your right knee when you're ready, lifting your upper body. Now we're using the right hand for support on the right near quad. Left hand reaches for the sky, aligning your arm beside the ear. Breathe as you gaze ahead or slightly upward. And feel free to try both arms if you wish to. Moving on to the final phase, the crescent lunge, that gentle reach back. Don't be afraid to skip over that part. If you're not there, try it and come back if you're not ready for it. Let's give a breath and come back to upright. And exhale, send those arms and hands back to the mat. All right, changing direction one more time. On your mark, get set. You choose your transition, hitchhiker or the upward spiral. Back to your runner's lunge. All right, from here, we're gonna move right into our Kripalu method lift of the warrior one. This is going to require some balance. All right, so the ball of the back foot is raised, sweeping both arms forward and up as you pull yourself to upright. Good. Send the arms in your T position. Palms down. Good. Send the arms back up alongside your ears and head. And here's that hinge forward, hands back to the mat. All right, changing direction one more time. On your mark, get set. Hitchhiker or upward spiral. All right, here's that Kripalu method lift here on the other side. When you're ready, find your focus, find your balance. Send those arms straight up alongside your ears. Beautiful. And send the arms and hands at T position, palms down. Take those arms and hands back up alongside your ears and head. And here's that hinge forward, hands back to the mat. One last time, changing direction. You choose your transition. hitchhiker, or upward spiral. Good. From here, we try the warrior two sweep. We're gonna lead this time with our right arm and hand, up and over, dropping the back heel. Left hand reaches out in the front. Check your alignment. See that your chest is nice and wide here, shoulder muscles engaged. Let's take the palms and turn them in the upright position here. Shoulder work, opening the palms of your hands so the palms face under the sky. Good, here's that reverse warrior, sending that back arm and hand down the back leg, left hand toward the sky. You can gaze toward that top hand or gaze forward. Good. Here's the bound angle, take the forearm to the quad. Here we don't want all of our weight resting in that arm on the leg. It's just a light tap point as that backhand reaches for the sky. Breathing. Try an alternative hand position if you don't have the mobility. Hand behind the back, supporting your lower back. Good. Here we go. Coming up and out. Inhale. Back to your warrior two. Beautiful. All right, we're going to transition back to runner's lunge. Right hand's going to carry us up and over. Right hip and foot also rotate. Runner's lunge. Be sure to rotate back to the ball of your foot. All right, choose your transition as we change direction. Hitchhiker or upward spiral as the right foot leads. Left hand's going to propel us up. This time, warrior two when you're ready. Left hand up and back. Dropping the back heel. Check your alignment. Be sure your front knee is behind the toes. Chest is nice and wide. Let's turn those palms in the upright here again. Beautiful shoulder work. Working that external rotation. And let's make the reach for the reverse warrior. Reaching down the back leg, top hand toward the sky. Eyes can gaze toward that top hand or out here in front. Breathe. Let's take the forearm to the quad, bound angle. Again, let's not put all the weight in that forearm, but just use it as a touch point. Left hand makes the reach, T position, behind the back or toward the sky. Breathe. Good, all right, here's our lift back to our warrior two, palms up. Beautiful. And up and over, back to runner's lunge. Take the hip and heel, ball of foot, hands down, runner's lunge. Here's our downward dog, right foot joins left. Spacing your ankles at least hip width distance apart. Flatten those palms and press your ears to align between those shoulders. Breathing here. Once all is aligned, your palms are flat, your ears are aligned between the shoulders, tailbone reaching for the sky. I want you to begin to bicycle your heels here, alternating one heel lifts, one heel lowers. You may wish to try simultaneously bicycling those heels, both heels up, both heels down, or actually lifting those feet away from the mat, sending one knee toward the chest at a time. Find what works for you in your bicycling method. As we work to lengthen those calf muscles, work on stretching the entire back side of your body with this pose known as downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna come back to the hands and knees position, nice and easy, slowly. Be nice to your knees, take it down, slow and easy. All right, we're gonna lengthen those hamstrings here with the next move by sending your right hand to guide your right foot forward between your hands. All right. I'm gonna want to invite you to send your back leg to just shift back a little deeper here. All right, from here, we're gonna shift our weight back as if we're going to sit back on your left heel and allow that front leg to straighten as the ball of your foot lifts. Invite the ball of your foot to lift so it's really sitting back into the hips as well. All right, here we go. Walk the hands forward, flatten the foot, and we're gonna try that back and forth. Here we go, shifting back. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose, and shift forward. Again, shifting back and forward. One more, we're gonna hold this one. Shift and hold it here. Breathe. Good. And releasing, let's switch. Take the right foot back, left foot forward. Again, you may wish to invite more distance by sliding that back leg so it's more of a deep lunge position. That may not work for you, but play around with it, see what works. Here we go, shifting back, inviting the ball of the foot to lift. And releasing. Shifting back. So it's almost like we're sitting down, but not quite. We're using our hands to keep us balanced here, avoiding any excess on that right knee. Good, here we go, back to the front, walking it forward. Here we go, one more time, shifting it back. And forward, and the next one, we're gonna hold that one a little bit longer, okay? Here we go, shift and hold it here. Hold it. Again, head to knee pose, Janu Shirshasana. In another format here, using gravity to kind of help us deepen that stretch into the hamstring there. Breathe. And releasing. Now let's send that left foot back and return to our downward facing dog position. When you're ready, curl the toes under, lift the knees, tailbone to the sky, press the ears between those shoulders. And take another moment, once you are aligned, palms are flat, to begin bicycling your heels. See if you notice a difference. Are you able to lower those heels a little bit more, that we've taken time to lengthen those hamstrings? It is a process, flexibility. It happens in little portions, not all at once. Good. And from here, go ahead and bend both knees. We're going to walk our hands back to meet our feet. So we're in a standing forward fold position. And hang out in your ragdoll position. Walk those hands back to meet your feet. And here you can cup your elbows if you wish. Embrace the backs of legs if you wish. Work on flattening those palms in front of your feet. Explore here. See how far away you are at being able to lower those palms away, all the way. Set some goals for yourself. And challenge yourself to be more consistent with your practice, to see the changes in your flexibility. Reminding yourself to be patient with the process. All right, here we go. Soften the knees. We're going to slide those hands up the front of the legs, pull the navel toward the spine, tuck the chin toward your throat. Rounding your way up. Inhale along the way, stacking each vertebra one by one. At the top, roll those shoulders backward. And take an uplifting heart chakra, opening breath up when you're ready. Exhaling, arms down by your side. Beautiful. All right, I invite you to take a water break at this time. If you would like one, I highly encourage hydration in all of my classes. Take a drink if you need it, of water. And there is a water fountain out in the hallway for those that didn't bring water and want it. Okay. And at this portion of our session, we're going to rotate our mats one more time so they face forward for our series of sun salutations. All right? Okay. Sun salutations. Beautiful. All right, be where you can see, all right? Once you hop back on your mat and you're back in position, take a moment to encourage yourself to look behind you. Be sure there's nothing on your mat that may cause you to trip, slip, or fall, all right? And just go ahead and let those arms sway as you look. Sway as you look. Swaying around your body with your arms. As you look over the shoulder in each direction. Good. All right. Coming back to the center. Let's prepare for Surya Namaskar, salute to the sun. Positioning your ankles hip width distance apart. Sweep the arms up overhead. Take this opportunity to lengthen your body toward the sky. Really feel that reach and lengthening happening from your waist up. All right. Using an exhale, we're going to gently reach back. Don't change the weight distribution in your feet as we reach back in the standing back bend. Take a breath and let's reach to the top, back to up top. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward in a flat back position. Reverse swan dive our way down. Here at the halfway point, go ahead and bend those knees. Position the hands beside your feet and lunge the left foot back. Runner's lunge on your mark, left foot, right foot follows, downward facing dog. Check your alignment here in your down dog. Preparing to make the descent for basic cobra. Lower the knees to the mat, nice and easy. Bend the elbows. Let's take the chest down slowly, using our upper body strength to lower ourselves. And free the legs and toes down on the mat flat. Feel the tops of your feet flat on your mat here in this position. All right, we're gonna go ahead and walk those hands way, way out at your sides. Fingertips to the floor, okay? And I want you to just soften your elbows. We're gonna take a breath and lift chin, chest from the mat. Keep your neck in alignment with your spine. Don't crunch the neck. But send those eyes to soften and look down at your mat or the floor in front of you. Feel the engagement of your lower back muscles. You probably feel that in your thoracic spine here as well. If you're holding your breath, encourage yourself to breathe. Here we go, releasing. Let's go ahead and send those palms and fingertips underneath your shoulders. Preparing for the lift. You have two options here. We're gonna lift back into hands and knees for those beginners, or those that are looking for that challenge, pressing right into your plank pose. Straight up from your mat. Good, hands and knees if you need it. Here we go, transition back to your downward facing dog. Shift, bend the knees and press the tailbone to the sky. Beautiful, take your time. Admire the strength of your shoulders here. And let's make that journey back to runner's lunge. Lift your left heel and foot. Bend the knee, we're gonna sweep it forward between your hands. That's one option. Or coming back to your hands and knees and guiding that left foot forward. All right, here we go. Right foot follows, crouching pose, knees at the chest. Check the spacing between your ankles. Send those arms out. Here's the reach for the top. All the way up. Exhale, back bend. Beautiful. All right, here's number two. Inhale, up. Exhale, hinge forward using that flat back method. Bend the knees at halfway, hands beside feet. Right foot lunges back. Good, left foot follows. Check your alignment. Making your way down gently for Cobra number two. Go ahead and gently lower those knees. Bend the elbows, use your upper body strength to lower yourself down. And free those legs behind you. Free the tops of your feet flat on your mat. And send those arms out, palms in the upright position. All right, so our fingertips are off the floor this time. All right, take a breath. We're gonna lift the chin, chest, sternum from the mat. Exhale, lifting from the hips, both legs. Breathe. Keep your neck in alignment with your spine. If you find this is too much, don't be afraid to take the hands to the lower back. You may find yourself rocking as you breathe in. The abdomen expands as you breathe out. The abdomen collapses naturally. Here we go. Let's lower those legs and feet. Sweep those fingertips and palms underneath your shoulders. Let's make that lift here again. You have the option of hands and knees. And back to your downward dog, or using the plank method, back to your downward dog. All right, use the method that works for you. Back to your runner's lunge, right foot. Right heel to the sky, shifting it forward. Left foot follows. Don't be afraid to use the hands and knees method, guiding the foot forward. Here's our reach for the sky. Inhale, up. Exhale, reaching back gently. Beautiful. Here we go. Number three, inhale, up. Exhale, hinge forward, flat back, swan dive your way down. Good. Bend the knees at halfway, hands beside feet. On your mark, get set, left foot. Right foot follows. Good job. All right, here is our up dog. All right, are we ready? We're gonna lower those knees gently. Use your upper body strength, bend the elbows. We're gonna slither between the hands and press forward and up. Beautiful. Take your time. Many ways to do this. Breathing. All right, bend the elbows, take it down nice and slowly. Be sure your ears and your shoulders are away from one another in that position. Take it down slowly. Making your way back to hands and knees or back to your plank. Back to down dog. On your mark, get set. Use the method that works for you. Left foot forward. Right foot follows. Here's the journey to the top. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, gentle back bend. This is our last one in this series. Inhale, upright. Exhale, hinge forward. Nice and easy. Bend the knees. On your mark, right foot lunges back. Left foot follows. Here we're going to work our way into the descent of the flying cobra. I want you to bend your knees and bring your chest toward your knees. So we're here in a almost crouching-like position. From here, our weight's gonna shift forward right into a plank, dropping the pelvis toward the mat. Come back to that position, knees at the chest. And back to downward dog. All right, here we go. On your mark, get set. Gently guide the right foot forward to finish up number 4. Use the method that works for you. Left foot follows. Inhale to the surface. Exhale, back bend. Beautiful. Inhale to the top when you're ready. Exhale, relax. Good job. All right, take a drink if you need it as well. We're gonna prepare for balance up next and take it to cool down and then home. Okay, find your mid-mat when you are ready. And I want you to visualize as you step on your mat, standing in the center of a large clock, 12 o'clock in front of you, 6 o'clock at the rear, 3 and 9 at your sides, okay? So let's start by balancing on the left foot this morning as we walk the right foot forward and drop your big toe into your 12 o'clock zone. From here, we're going to draw a half circle back to your 6 o'clock zone. Find your focal point to help you balance. Don't be afraid to use assistance by going to the wall at your side if you need it. All right, let's take it back to 12, 6, 12, one more, 6, back to 12. All right, from here we lift the foot and we sweep. Here we go. 6, 12, take your time, 6, 12, good job, one more, 6, 12. From here, we're gonna pick that knee straight up in front and raise your left arm. Lower the left, let's raise the right. And together, we're gonna lower the right arm and foot together. Good job. All right, give that left ankle a roll, a shake. Okay, we're gonna balance now on that right foot. Let's take the left foot, drop the big toe at your 12 o'clock zone, and here's the sweep behind you to 6 o'clock. Good job. And 12. Find your focal point, 6, 12, 6, 12, one more, 6, good, and 12. All right, here's the sweep. Let's pick the foot up. 6, sweep, 12, sweep, 6, good, 12, last one, 6, and 12. From here, let's go ahead and pick that knee straight up, raising your right arm. Good job. Try the left. And together, lower left hand and leg together. Good job. All right, nobody fell. Give yourself a hand at home. Okay, let's give some rotations here, limbering through our and lubricating through our hip joints. Walk those feet at hip width distance and just give yourself a few circles. Nice and easy. Good job, everybody. Nice and easy. Reversing when you're ready. All right, okay, let's find side center. Turning to the side using the length of your mat. We're gonna walk those feet out a little wider than shoulder width. We're going to start by reaching down the right leg today. Reaching right hand down the side of your leg, left hand lands in a T position. You're going to reach down as far as comfortable for you. You may wish to raise that left hand a little higher, totally up to you. And a side body stretch, breathing. If you're holding your breath in this position, it might be wise for you to back yourself out of it. All right, find a free flow rhythm for your breathing. Here we go, back to top center. Left hand down the left leg, right-handed T. Work your way down to the level that works for you. Breathe. If you find yourself holding your breath, don't be afraid to back yourself out. Breathe. Find a flow, find a rhythm for your breath. Opening up and stretching the side body. Here we go, take a breath, lifting. Good job, all right, I want you to take your hands behind the back to the small of your back. Okay, good. All right, we're gonna take that hinge forward. Now, if you can interlace your fingertips as we come to the halfway point, chest over the earth, interlace your fingertips. And take a breath. We're gonna stretch those arms behind us. Stay in that parallel position, chest over the earth. If you wanna go deeper, you can. If you're not ready, don't. Breathe. Really opening those shoulders, opening chest. Beautiful. And go ahead and just free those hands. Lower the hands to the lower back. Let those hands slide down the sides of your legs. Letting go. All right, here's the hitchhike. Position your fingertips to the mat. You may need to bend your knees to lower your fingertips. And we're gonna hitchhike to the left. Pivot, walk your hands to the left. All right, here we go. Pivot, walk your hands to the right. One more, left. And right. Last one left. Added in one more for you. And as we make that transition back to front center, it's a runner's lunge. Here we go, lift, pivot, on your mark, facing front center. Okay, from here we're gonna use a side swipe method for the pigeon, all right? You're gonna shift your weight back. You're gonna pick up that foot, tuck the heel toward your left quad. Walk your hands forward, lower that leg at an angle. Send the left leg down as deep as you can. Now you want to be sure that you keep that distance between your right hip and your mat. You don't want to be sitting, so now your hips are thrown off, your shoulders are thrown off. Keep that space existing between your right hip and glute. Send that left leg down behind you as deep as you can. Let's go ahead and send the upper body forward. As you notice, Mariana is doing the supine position, where you're hugging the knee to the chest. Another version to do the pigeon if your knees are not quite as flexible or you're working on some flexibility in your knees. Take the forehead over the backs of your hands if you wish to in this moment. If you don't need the support, walk those hands all the way out and lower your forehead to the mat. Taking a moment to tune in to your heart's rhythm here in your pigeon. Breathe, good. Feeling how this stretch is opening, limbering. Breathe through your pigeon. Coming out whenever your body gives you the signal at any time. You don't have to wait for me. Good. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to bring ourselves back to that runner's lunge position. This time it's going to be the left leg in front when you're ready. Hands and knees, transition. Left foot forward. On your mark. Using that side swipe method, you're going to take that left heel toward your right quad. Pulling it, send it forward. Right leg reaches back down deeply. Again, switching legs if you're using the supine method. Protecting your knees when you're ready. Send the upper body forward. Lowering the elbows for support if you wish to stay here on your elbows. Or crossing the hands using that equal sign position. Lowering your forehead over the tops or the backs of your hands. Find the arm and hand position that works for you in your pigeon. There are many. Don't be afraid if you ever want to go a little bit deeper, you want a little bit more instruction, or you're working on some physical difficulties, don't be afraid to reach out and make an appointment at the Wellness Center for one-on-one sessions. That is an option for you. I'd be glad to work with you. Take this moment to tune into your breathing, breathing deeply. Noticing where you are in your pigeon. Coming out of this position whenever your body gives you the signal. You don't have to wait for me. Take it in increments if you're just starting the journey. You want to make sure that you have that distance between your hip and the mat so that you don't throw off the balance in your hips. All right, let's take it back, lifting the upper body. Hands and knees when you're ready. On hands and knees, we're gonna walk forward and just lower our pelvis toward the mat. Good. Don't be afraid to come down and use your elbows for this as well. All right, taking it back, here's our child's pose. Sitting back over your heels, forehead to the mat, stretching those arms out in the extended version for a moment, really letting those shoulders get a good deep stretch as those hands reach out. Give yourself 2 breaths in the extended version of the child's pose, and with your 3rd breath, go ahead and sweep those palms beside your feet, moving from extended child's pose into child's pose when you've done those 2 breaths, letting the shoulders completely curl around your knees and fall weightlessly here. Breathing now through the upper back. Good. And when you are ready, slowly make your lift. Take an inhale as you lift your body from the mat, coming to seated, legs forward. All right, we're gonna slowly bring ourselves down onto our back, hugging the knees to your chest. Take your time as you come down. You may wish to hug the knees to your shoulders instead of your chest. Take a moment to just gently rock, swaying, massaging your back muscles. Good. All right, we're going to take a moment here, rocking to center and lifting your chin toward your knees. Just pulling the chin gently toward the knees. Notice how the neck stays long in this position as your chin is lifting toward the knees. Eyes gazing toward the sky. Slowly lowering head back to the mat. Let's take the left heel and foot to the mat and cross the right ankle over your left knee, creating the shape of a triangle between your legs. Next, we're going to send both arms out in a T position, preparing for a spinal twist. Now move your awareness back to the neck. Lengthen your neck by tilting the chin toward your throat. All right, relax your jaw. And let's take the left heel and walk it as close to your left glute as possible for your left knee. With both shoulders relaxed, go ahead and use an exhale to roll your lower body to the left. You may be able to lower your foot to the mat. Don't worry about it if you're not able to reach the floor with your right foot. All right, taking this moment to breathe, inviting your right shoulder to remain grounded. Eyes and head can remain at center, or use an exhale to turn your head to the right. Gazing out over your relaxed right arm, hand and shoulder. And let's give a breath and come back to center. And exhale, uncross, lowering your right heel and foot back to the mat. Take a moment to check in with your neck, slightly tilt the chin toward your throat. And let's take that left ankle over top of the right knee. Walk your right heel as close to your right glute as comfortable for your right knee. Shoulders relaxed, exhale. Let's roll the lower body to the right. Nice and easy, beautiful. You may not be able to send that left foot all the way down to the floor. That's okay. Be where you are in your body in this moment. Check in on your left shoulder. Be sure that it remains grounded. Breathing naturally. Using an exhale, feel free to roll your head to the left, allowing your eyes to gaze out over your left arm and hand. Using a breath, slowly bring the head to center, roll the lower body to center, exhaling, uncrossing, lower your left heel and foot. Good. From here, let's flatten those palms down on your mat, palms flat. Our last pose of our session is the bridge. Again, walk those heels as close to your glutes as comfortable for your knees. Be sure you have hip bone distance between your feet and your knees. And let's take a breath, pressing the backs of the shoulders to the mat, lifting the hips from the mat. Feeling the engagement of your feet as they press into the mat, pressing the hip bones toward the sky. Breathing here. Now there are very many variations to this pose, but right now you can just stay here. We're only going to be here for just a few seconds longer. But there are many options. This is a leeway into the wheel, shoulder and elbow stand. But feel free to remain here as we use this as a closing pose. Begin to lower down slowly, one vertebra at a time, using control, unraveling, slowly taking it down. As your tailbone makes contact with your mat, take a moment in stillness. Feel free to let your arms fall where they may. And when you're ready, feel free to release the legs. Resting pose, Shavasana. Spending the next few moments focusing on 4 deep cleansing breaths in through nose and out through nose. Taking a moment to notice what you feel and how you feel in your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your energetic body. Ready, take a moment to wiggle your toes, invite movement to your fingers. Feel free to stretch your body where necessary at this time. And when you are ready, take your time, rolling to one side as we prepare to bring today's session to a close. Coming into a comfortable seated position, take this moment now, coming back to your center. Now that you're back in the upright, to reach behind your back, taking hold of your dominant hand or wrist. And we're going to hinge forward, sealing in the many benefits of today's practice, allowing these benefits to remain with you for as long as you wish. And let's take a breath, lifting to upright. Exhale, free the arms and hands forward, and feel free to join me in closing. May the entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. Namaste. Thank you for coming.